Welcome everyone, I'm Gabriel Tears, and today I'm doing part 2 of what Asta met Noelle early. Let's get started. We would start the day after Asta met Noelle, as Asta would sneak his hay bed and pillow to where he last saw Noelle, as he would find her and would let her sleep in a temporary home he built in the forest, and would stay up as long as his body let him, to make sure nothing bad would happen. Next morning, Asta would be seriously tired, only having a couple hours of sleep, but still went to steal some food from the church to give to Noelle, who had got no sleep due to how uncomfortable the bed was compared to her old bed. "Why is it so uncomfortable?" said the tired Noelle. "Do all peasants live like this? How do they even walk?" Now after some time, Asta would come back with the best bread he could find. "Here, eat up," he said. "Thanks." She would take the bread and take a bite out of it. "Ew, what is this? You trying to kill me?" "What? It's just normal bread. It's not mouldy or stale. You didn't add anything to it." "And what of it?" "Steak, ham, jam, they will be accepted in royalty. Remember, I should have all the peasants at my feet. Last time I checked, you ran away from your royal family, and now in a poorer condition than any middle-class person. Making you just like us peasants," Asta would say. "He's right. I'm talking so much higher than him, yet he's the one taking care of me. Royalty," Noelle would think. "So then we're equals, and should treat each other as that." "Yeah, okay, peasant. I mean Asta." "Great. Now let's make sure to eat everything." Pouted Noelle. Now it would skip a few months as Asta would continue to steal food and water from the church, and both Asta and Noelle would simply become closer and closer, but of course Noelle, being a tsundere, would punch him or hit him in any real nice moment they would have. They very much considered each other friends. Also, being around the time that Asta made Noelle's self-esteem would rise, meaning that her control over magic would improve a lot, as she had no control of her magic in canon due to her self-esteem was very low from her family. Now one day Asta would be doing his morning routine, push-ups, sit-ups, stealing food for the girl you hide, squats, and the usual. But over the course of stealing food, for the past few months would slowly get Yuno's attention of suspicion, and this time Yuno would catch Asta. "Phew, this should be enough for today," said Asta, who just stacked up some food. "Enough for who, exactly?" said Yuno. "Yuno? What are you doing here?" "I came to check why you keep taking food," said Yuno in a serious tone. The boy was always a crybaby and never had the expression he had now. "So I suspected it was you. Did you forget that winter is coming soon? And we wouldn't have any food. Plus, if I heard right, you're hiding someone and stealing food from her." Well, it's kind of complicated." "I don't care. You can start explaining it by taking me to the person, and depending on your answer, I'll tell father." "Fine, I was going to introduce you all in a week anyways." "Is it a girl?" Yuno would say, with a smug expression. "Don't get ideas, Yuno," Asta said, whilst blushing. "We're just friends." "Yeah, sure you are. Shut up." As the two would walk deep into the forest. "How much longer?" said the now tired Yuno. "Do you really walk all this way with all the food every day?" "You get used to it. Plus, stop complaining. We're here." As the two would walk onto an opening in the forest with a poorly built cabin in the middle. "I'll go first, Yuno, so she doesn't instantly punch you." "Who is this person?" said Yuno, whilst picturing a massive bear. Asta would walk up to the door. "I'm home," said Asta, whilst knocking on the door. Suddenly, the door would fling open, as rushing out would a girl wearing tattered clothes and the long silver hair. "Where have you been?" shouted the girl as he'd punch Asta, sending him flying. "You had me thinking something bad happened to you," shouted the girl, now on Asta. "Ah, so you do care," Asta said. Realizing what she just said, the girl would jump up and land on Asta's crotch. "You know what I meant," she said, bright red. "It's okay to be one with your emotions, right?" "Shut up!" she would shout, hitting Asta again and again and again. "So this is what you meant," thought Yuno. "Though I didn't think she'd be this pretty. I'm sort of dresses, Asta." No one would come out of where he was hiding. "Will you two lovebirds stop already?" "We're not lovebirds," both of them would say. "Well, explain what you're doing on top of Asta then." Realizing how Noelle was on top of Asta, both of them would blush and scramble their way out of the predicament, And realizing someone other than Asta was there, Noelle would hide behind Asta, looking around his arm. Wait, Yuno, you weren't supposed to come out yet. Who else was supposed to separate you lovebirds? We're not lovebirds, both of them shouted. Explain why you're clinging to my brother. Like that. Again, after noticing what she was doing, Noelle would kick Asta on the back. Ow! Grow up. Wait, what do you mean by your Asta's brother? Well, not related by blood. We were raised in the same orphanage. Come to think of it, Asta did mention that the people at the church were like family to him, thought Noelle. But what are you doing here, she said. I could say the same thing to you, said Yuno. Slowly, manner would build up in the air. You have to beat me if you want answers. Yeah, said the smiling Yuno. As Yuno would cast a wind ball in his hand, Noelle would cast a water ball. Can you both stop, please, or you'll destroy the house, said a worried Asta. Fine, but only if you tell me everything, said Yuno. That's fine with me, pouted Noelle. Good, then just sit down and we'll explain everything. They would sit down. Now, Noelle, this is Yuno. He's my best friend and brother. And you know, this is Noelle Silver. Silver? Shouted Yuno. What's someone from a royal family doing here? Explain now! I was. Like I was saying, this is Noelle Silver. I'm looking after her because she ran away from her family, who are massive jerks, to her explain because her mother died after birthing her. That explains a lot, but why don't you just bring her to the orphanage so we can change her identity? Yuno said. You see, she doesn't really feel comfortable around people anymore, or she might get violent as you experienced. Alright, let's decide then, said Yuno. What is? I said Asta. I won't ever tell the church. Really? Said Asta. On one condition, you have to take full responsibility if something happens. Okay, said Asta. Deal. Now let's skip to Asta, Yuno, Noelle and Yuno are 15. Big time job, I know. As Asta would be taking some food to Noelle, as over the years he would tell everyone at the church that he's taking food to eat whilst training. Also over the years, Asta would be way more powerful as his training with royal most of his life. Also he needed to close the gap in power with Noelle and Asta. As for Noelle, she would gain a lot more power. For the sake of measurement, I'd say around, she'd be at the power of Noelle around the attack of the capital. Except she's had to go as good man and control. Basically, that's what I'm saying. If you get what I mean? The zombie attack, that one. That's the round power she is at right now. The reason why she isn't even more powerful is that she only had Asta and Yuno to train. With so, she couldn't actually learn big enough about her magic. Only basic mana control from Yuno and body improvement from Asta. Speaking of which, her feelings would grow massively over the years, to the point that she's considering the fact that to herself that she likes Asta. However, due to the fact she is a tsundere, massive tsundere, it would grow into just more hitting of Asta. Now Asta would take the sack of food to the house where that now looks a lot better. Noelle, I'm back, said Asta. I managed to get enough food for the next week, okay? Silence. Hey Noelle, are you here? Asta would look around the house only to end up in Noelle's room, only to find a note. Asta would open it as it would read. Dear Asta, I know this might be sudden, but before you burnt down the forest to find me, I'm doing fine as I could be. As you know, the grimoire ceremony is coming in a few days, and as royalty, I can't get my grimoire from the common folk tower. So I have to get my one from the royal grimoire tower. So I decided to go back to the capital to get my grimoire, then train there to learn how to use my magic better. I know you've noticed it, how I'm not growing as fast as I used to, and that as soon as I won't be able to grow stronger with you guys anymore. I'll write to you before the Magic Knight's exam to tell you what squad I'm going to make sure to get in the one I do, okay? See you in 6 months. Noelle. Reading this, Asta would tear up a little. No, please tell me this is a joke, said the sobbing Asta. How can I go 6 months without seeing you, Noelle? I mean, I love you. Oh, really? Hearing this voice, Asta would flinch and turn around, only to see his adopted brother and best friend and rival Yuno. You know, if you really do like her, I'm pretty sure you can wait a few months until you see her. Shut up, you are nothing, shouted a flustered Asta. Well, you do love Sister Lee, remember? Remember the amount of times you asked her out? 10 times a day, I remember. Shut up! What's that got to do anything about now? Well, you stopped listening as Noelle entered your life. So admit it, you like her. Will you shut up if I admit it? Perhaps. Fine then, I like Noelle. Really, I didn't think you would actually say it. Blasted out Yuno, going through the most hysterical moment in its existence. I mean, I gotta tell everyone, look, this little ogre's in love with the princess. It would be hilarious. Shut up, you always have girls ask you out daily. Well, if you want, I can train you in the ways of getting a girl. Please teach me, Asta asked. Let me think. I've got nothing. What? For starters, I have no actual experience with females. Normally, they just flock to me naturally. But I don't feel like anyone would actually be able to help you. Why is that? Well, you're loud, short, ugly, restless, immature. Basically, you have no qualities that would appeal to a woman. So the fact that one actually likes you is insanely surprising. How could you be so cruel? I'm only telling the truth. Have you done crying? Let's get ready. We'll get our grimoires in a few days. Yeah, okay. As would get up and fall directly onto his bed, face first, and would fall asleep. Now, the entirety of the events would basically go the same at the grimoire ceremony, except from the fight against the chain mage. That would go a lot easier, as Asta would be a lot stronger from training with Noelle from training with Noelle and Yuno for most of his life. So he's just insanely physically strong. Now we would travel to the royal capital. Captain Noelle! What is it? Said the captain of Silver Eagles, Noelle Silver, I mean. I told you not to barge in my room unless there's any news about Noelle or the Wizard King's orders. That's the thing, sir. Noelle's returned. What? Where is she? Tell me right now. At the front gate. As soon as he heard those words, Noelle would dash to the front gate. As Noelle would remember the last thing he said to Noelle before she ran away was that she was worthless, we would cut back to the present, as Noelle would be sprinting to the front gates of the mansion, as in front of him, his sister, wearing ragged clothes and dirt covering her body, as he could see some scars and six-pack, as yes, Noelle very much joined Asta in his physical body training, though could only get to a quarter of his training a day, just to show how much more Asta trained in this version. Noelle would have tears forming, though barely. Though Noelle would walk straight past him, not even noticing him. Well, look who showed up. Stopping Noelle's path would be her older brother and sister, Solid and Nebra. Why do you show up? It's better when you weren't here, you useless Solid would be carved by Noelle walking past them, ignoring them both. Calm down, Noelle. Don't associate yourself with them, thought Noelle, as we would see her hands trembling as tears would flow down her face once she got into her old room. The trauma of how she was treated by her family still prevalent. Maybe I should have stayed with Asta, she thought, beating herself up. No, what I did was right. If I stayed, I wouldn't get any stronger to protect him. I just have to distance myself from them for the next 6 months. Yeah, it should be that hard, right? Now we skip 6 months as Asta would train 10 times harder than canon, so much he sort of looks like time skip Asta. Physically, I mean. I can't really see as strong in a certain point in the story as I can with Noelle and Yuno and the other characters, as Asta's strength came mostly from his experience as a magic knight. Now for Yuno, he would be around as strong as I would say around the time the capital was attacked. This time he doesn't have the wind spirit though. Now we'll skip to the few days before the magic knight exams, as Asta would be laying in his bed. How much longer? Asta would say, as he would be waiting for Noelle to send the letter, like she said she would in the letter 6 months ago. Huh? Asta would open the door and only see somebody with long silver hair, eyes of silver, and an all-familiar look. Hi, Asta, said Noelle. Thank you all for watching this part of Asta and Noelle. So if there's many cuts in this, there's many times where I just started it all and had to restart entire sections of the script. So there might be lots of cuts, poorly edited or not. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. There's not much I can really say right now as I'm just recording a bunch of videos. So have a great day, like, subscribe, or else I'll follow. Can't wait you. Goodbye.